A lot of people out there calling this dude the next Kyler Murray. Let's find out in this video if that's actually the case, because I watched the film and this dude is a baller. He's the best quarterback in college football that's not getting national recognition, and he's not getting national recognition for two reasons. One, UW's not ranked at the time of filming this video, and two, Damon Williams is not a draft eligible quarterback. And because the collective college football world was dead wrong in our 2026 NFL draft quarterback projections. Everyone was saying Drew Aller. Everyone was saying Cade Klubnik. That's not looking like the case. So we're trying to project who that next guy up is going to be. Is it Garrett Nussmeier? Is it John Mateer? Lenora Sellers? People have cooled off on him. But regardless, this video is going to age well because Damon Williams is a quarterback we're going to be talking about a ton this offseason. I know there's still 6 weeks of regular season college football to play, but this dude is an absolute baller. And we're looking at two games in this breakdown, his last two games. Rutgers, where he played lights out, and then Michigan, where he struggled. And let's dive in to see what he does well, why he struggled versus Michigan. Can we draw any conclusions from that, and where things stand for Damon Williams? Right here, early play call versus Rutgers. This is what makes Damon Williams so scary, especially if you're a defensive coordinator. This tight end is going to cross line of scrimmage, deke the defensive end, and he's your lead blocker. It's a zone read, fake into Jonah Coleman to the right, and then Damon Williams is out the gate to the right. This is like a 50-yard run early on in this game. This is what makes him electric at the college level. We're going to get back to this play that when they run it again versus Michigan, it doesn't have success. So this is what it looks like when he does have success. Second play. This right here, red zone. Again, his legs becoming a factor. They motion in this receiver. He's got a little skinny post trying to get him featured and get him a catch. You got a little circus route on the bottom of the screen, tight end working across as well, and then a wheel route by the other tight end. They're aiming to hit this ball right here on the hash, except for Rutgers covers it well. Pass rush doesn't stay in their lanes, and Damon Williams, again, his legs becoming a factor. Look at him break, contain, step up in the pocket. This is where the Kyler Murray comp happens. Got the strength of the goal line to finish it there. To be an elite quarterback, you have to win from the pocket, but that's the beauty of Damon Williams is his legs are always a factor, even when you're not calling designed runs. Another example right here. They're going, this tight end's going to stay in and block. They're trying to dial up this receiver on a post route or an over route across the field. And then you got a little hitch. I forget if it's a hitch or a curl, but some sort of stop route on the outside. They're going to fake the run to the left, roll out Damon Williams to the right. Jed Fish gets to a lot from a playbook perspective. But when Damon rolls to his right, this linebacker gets lost. Goes into coverage first, then he rushes, and then Damon is going to absolutely juke him out. This is where you see the Kyler Murray comp stepping out. He wants to be a passer, looking to get downfield, and then pop, makes a man miss, makes a second man miss, cross field. Recognized that before with a number 1 in a Sooner uniform. This time it's number 2 in a UW uniform. Play action left, or fake the zone read, outside zone left. He's setting up. He wants to be a passer. I'll get to it, but Damon Williams can operate at a high level from the pocket. You combine it with the legs. This is where Damon Williams is at his best. But it's not just with the legs. I just referenced it. He can win from the pocket as well. This is going to be a 4 verts concept. You got a vertical route in the bottom of the screen. The slot receiver on the bottom also going vertical, and he's going to bend it across the safety's face. You got the tight end here working towards the left hash, and then a go route on the bottom of the screen. Damon Williams can process at a high level. This is going to be a 3 safety look. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. To hit 4 verts versus a 3 safety look, 1, you have to play on time. You cannot be indecisive. 2, you have to have arm strength to drive the football. And then 3, you have to have confidence and fully understand your scheme and what your play caller is trying to give you. Because if there's any indecision at all, this ball will be picked. He's ultimately going to hit this slot receiver down here on this vertical route. But I show you this because it's not just all legs with Damon Williams, which I think is sometimes the trap the college football world got into with Lenora Sellers, where Lenora Sellers, he had flashes last year. His month of November for South Carolina last year was great, but you weren't seeing this processing ability early on in the season, and especially early on in his career, like Damon Williams as a true sophomore. But now we get into the Michigan game, and I'll have to see if I can pull up the comment. Someone dropped me a comment earlier this week of like, Max, dive into the Damon Williams Michigan film, because what happened in that game? He struggled, 3 interceptions, no touchdowns. I don't know if I'll be able to go back and find that comment, but let me know down below if that was you who left it, because this isn't just going to be a sunshine and rainbows breakdown. Let's look at where he struggled and see if we can find clues or where he needs to get better. This play right here is the same play we opened up with against Rutgers. They're going to fake a little handoff to the right to Jonah Coleman. This tight end here, acting like he's going to block and come around, knowing that they're trying to dial up Damon Williams in the QB run game. The only issue is the inside linebacker for Michigan right here, and they did this oftentimes, slanting the defense towards the boundary and allowing linebackers to kind of have a little overhang here towards the side that Damon Williams would be trying to run to if he was running towards the field. That's a wordy way of saying this linebacker ultimately just makes an excellent play. The speed, the physicality of the Michigan defense showed out today. They controlled the line of scrimmage, and Washington paid the price for Michigan's defense getting called out for their physical identity versus USC the week prior. Damon Williams got hit a lot in this game. I'm showing you this play right here because this is one of his very few, maybe only 2 in this game, where he misses a read. He threw interceptions, but that was more inaccuracy. This is where he misses a read, and I'm showing you this because one thing that's great about Damon Williams is he consistently goes to the right location with the football. Here's an example of where he's not. He's got concept we used to call Cujo under Steve Sarkisian, Clay Helton, T. Martin at USC. You got a curl on the outside, a little flat route by the slot, another curl down here, swing route by the running back, and then the tight end's going to sit over the middle of the ball. Damon gets stuck looking at this tight end. He's got to get off it because you have both linebackers covering this tight end. The coaching point is whatever side linebacker scrunches down with that tight end to cover it will then work the curl to that side of the linebacker that's sinking down, because there's going to be more green grass to that side. On this play, he's got both curls open and just doesn't get his eyes and his read out there. I think it's a byproduct of him getting hit, maybe taking his eyes down, trying to make his legs be a factor. Both those curls are open. Get the ball out of your hand. Very rare for Damon Williams to miss a read, but it's worth showing, hey, working a sophomore quarterback, get better. Right here, this is just a sack. Inside pass rush or inside move by the Michigan defense. And I'm showing you this because look at how Damon Williams responds. Right there, that rusher is going to make an inside move. Offensive line for UW struggling. They got some injuries. Damon Williams getting hit there. I show you that because this is what makes great quarterbacks great. It's not always going to be perfect. This is the very next play. That was a first down sack. This is the second down throw where he's going 4 verts. He's got a vertical on the bottom of the screen, vertical on this slot that's ultimately going to cut across the safety's face. He's got a vertical this way, and then a little comeback on the outside or a curl on the outside. He's ultimately going to hit this route right here. The reason this is so impressive is it's been a grind all game. Haven't had the success you're used to having the first couple months of the season. You just got sacked. How do you respond on the road? Are you going to get gun shy, or are you going to stick with your reads and trust yourself to rip it? Because he rips it, and this is a big-time throw. Responding after difficult plays is what great quarterbacks do. Check out, this is the very next play after getting sacked. 1, 2, 3, hitch, ball, putting it right on the spot. That's a dime. I believe at that point, this throw set up the first touchdown of the game to ultimately tie the game. But that's big time right there. This, unfortunately, is the interception. This is the worst of the interceptions. And at this point, the game's 7-7, close ball game. After this interception, it went completely downhill for UW. I think Damon Williams has to learn, hey, games are going to be grimy. You're going to have games where your offense can't dictate terms. When that happens, trust your defense. Don't make the catastrophic mistake. Because if you make the catastrophic mistake, that's how you ultimately lose ball games. And this was that catastrophic mistake. He's got a slant here and then a swing by his running back. To me, as a former quarterback, DeMond's pre-playing the play in his mind. He's saying this linebacker is tucked tight within the box. I can then fit this slant right here in the first window throw. The only problem is this linebacker runs out right away with the swing, and it makes it look like a dumbass throw. It makes it look like, dude, what are you doing? You're throwing it right to the running back. But that's what's happening. I think DeMond's pre-playing and processing too quick, where he's not letting the defense, he's not taking what the defense gives him. That's exactly what happens on this play, where he gives an absolute gift to this linebacker who cuts underneath the slant and bop, interception. Pre-playing the play in his mind. I think he'll grow and he'll learn from this game, because I would imagine this is the first time in his college career where the stat line was so lopsided against him. 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I show you that. That's the bad side. The good side, again, Damon Williams' ability to respond. This is the very next offensive play, literally, very next offensive play. You want to see a sign of a head coach that has full faith in his quarterback? This is a great example. Your quarterback just threw a terrible interception on the road. You're now down 14-7. You know, the defense has all the momentum. What do you call? Jed Fish, right after a bad interception, elects to call 4 verts again. Let's trust our guy. They have tight end coming over, slot receiver working the seam, and then you got to come back on the outside, which is ultimately where this football goes. That's a big boy throw. Sticking in there, hanging in the pocket, delivering it to the wide side of the field with a corner who's got eyes on you, looking to jump it, trusting your guys, getting the ball out of your hands. This ball's on the left hash, 1, 2, 3, hitch ball. No hesitation, which a lot of quarterbacks at the college level would have hesitation after making a mistake. Literally the very next throw. It's play like 51, 52, and 53. Where's UW going to go? They got a curl or comeback to the bottom side of this to the field on YouTube. When we put the banner, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's a comeback to the receiver on the very bottom of the screen. Then you got like a post corner from the slot, unique concept or unique route. You got a seam route by the tight end, and then you got a comeback on for the receiver on the top of the screen. Again, wide side of the field, no hesitation, ripping a comeback to the wide side of the field. This is not a quarterback who's scared. This is not a quarterback who's gun shy after making a catastrophic mistake. They're saying, hey, we're giving you the keys to the car. Bring us back in this football game. Delivers a strike. Boom. And then last, just for breakdown's sake, this is the pick. His third pick was like a Hail Mary thing. This is the second pick, just a miscommunication. Tight end breaks out. It's a little bit of a read route. Damon Williams thinks he's going to sit down. Miscommunication, reading the leverage of this backer. You got a little arrow route by the slot and then a vertical route up top. This is just a classic miscommunication. This is where the ball should go. Right to this tight end receiver. He's reading the leverages of this linebacker and breaking out. Damon's saying, hey, you should curl down, or hitch down. I think the tight end's right on this, but I can see how the miscommunication happens. And again, it's probably a quarterback pre-playing the play. Wait to see what your tight end does. Instead, he doesn't, gets the ball out so fast, and it ends up being an interception. The mistakes in that Michigan game are not good. Mistakes for sure, but in terms of the title of this video, is he the next Kyler Murray? He is on his way. I do not think that's an exaggeration. I think if Damon Williams was 3 inches taller, we'd be talking about him from a prospect perspective in the same vein as all the top guys in the NFL draft conversation right now. Bryce Underwood, the dude on the other side of the field in those last clips, he's got the height. He's got the mold. There's no reason if Damon Williams was 3 inches taller, we wouldn't be talking about him as the same prospect looking ahead as Bryce Underwood. That's going to get clipped, and that's going to be like, Max, what are you talking about? Damon Williams is that good. UW fans know it. I'd imagine a lot of schools are going to come after him. And when looking, and that's going to be the test, can UW keep them at home? But looking ahead to the 2026 season, I'm filming this in October. We'll see who stays and who declares for the NFL draft. But Damon Williams at Washington, Jaron Chiave Sagapolatele at Cal, incredibly promising future. I'm sure I'm missing guys, but I'll leave it there. The future is so bright for Damon Williams. He's a stud. I think he responds. Credit the Michigan defense for getting after him in that game.